Let's get a little futuristic and talk about Molly and Max in the future. Romantic comedies are one of my favorite and most underrated genres out there. I feel like once you get a good romantic comedy, you get a really fun experience that you can share and want to share with people. And that's exactly what Molly and Max is. It's a great date night movie that you can watch with your significant other or a friend or whatever, and you'll have a good time with it because it's a movie that is fun, it's genuine, it's heartfelt, it wears its emotions on its sleeve. It's a little rough around the edges, but that adds to its charm. It's cheesy, it has moments of that make you kind of roll your eyes because it's kind of cliched, but at the same time, it's just so genuine and unique in its execution. Director Michael Luke Litwak wears his emotions on his sleeve, and he embraces the quirky charm of this world that he built. It's a fun, inventive, futuristic look that's not so different from our own world, but at the same time, it's just bizarre enough to where you're like, it can be perceived as futuristic. It can be perceived as something outer worldly. There's a lot of meta commentary about our political climates, about relationships, about internet culture, our lack of communication, how fast things move. It tackles it in a very human way while still being futuristic and something different. The core of this film is the human emotions and what the characters do in this film. You feel for them emotionally, you feel for their bond, their charm, their wit, their humor, everything that goes on in their life. And a good romantic comedy has to have good central characters, and I think Zoza Monet's Molly is a really fun, quirky character that really has a hard time expressing herself, and she does such a good job of conveying her range of emotions. I've always liked her as a actor when she pops up in different shows and things like that, but she tends to play one-dimensional characters or characters that don't emote very much. But here you got to see this wide range of humor, wit, just really great comedic time. And opposite her was Aristotle Athari, who plays Max. I'm not familiar with much of his work, but he had really good chemistry with Molly in the film, and he shows his own restraints and self-doubt very well. So they were really interesting characters to watch through this adventure and movie. The writing is weird and quirky and sharp, but at the same time, there are universal messages about love and community and being there for one another, and that even in this messed up world, that love conquers all. I know it sounds cheesy, but that's what this movie is about. It's about how you can get through life if you have the right person with you. And we don't get a lot of good romantic comedies nowadays, and it's just nice to see something that's just genuine and fun and entertaining that you can go back and rewatch and rediscover the characters and want to spend a little bit more time with them. It's not a perfect movie. It does tackle cliches, but that's what makes cliches because they're so good that people want to borrow from it. But it's still something that's this movie is still something that's kind of unique, and you'll have fun with the world building, some of the weird dialogues and the meta, like, made up science of it all. And like I said, the visual effects in this movie does feel very low budget, but it does it with such a charm that you don't really care about the obvious green screen. And that's a testament to how good of a movie this is, that despite not being a movie that's with the highest visual effects, the characters and writing do outshine the somewhat muddling visual effects. I think it's on Prime and Tubi, so I recommend you check it out, especially as a really fun date night movie.